Welcome back to Rhoda Eats. Today I'm going to satisfy my craving and possibly yours by making something delicious. I'm going to start off by making my quick pickled onions. I'm going to start with 1.5 cups of water and a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. To that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. If you want more salt, you could just put it to 2 teaspoons, and it's just because of the amount of liquid that there is. So that's why it's not very much liquid, because I'm not making a big batch. So I'm just gonna mix that and put it on the stove and bring it to a boil. The list of herbs that I have in this jar will be down below, but to that I'm just gonna add a few multicolored peppercorns, and I'm gonna make a slit in 3 garlic cloves and add those in. Now let me warn you, don't be lazy like me and make your onions as thick as I have them in this video. I didn't feel like getting my slicer out and making them nice and thin, but they are best thin. But for this video, I'm just really showing you I don't mind, but it's absolutely definitely more delicious when it's thinner. And this is great for red onions as well. I actually wanted red onions, but they didn't have any, so here we are with white onions, and that's fine too. And remember, this is a quick pickle, so you don't have to wait for 24 hours and more for you to have this. It'll be ready as soon as it cools down. It's very hot here, so I'm holding it with my towel, but you just give it a shake and put it aside. Now, if you've seen a previous video of mine where I fried chicken, you know I'm team wash your meat. So that is a a pork butt that I cleaned in vinegar water, and I was just making it nice and dry. Into my big pot, I'm gonna add a bit of coconut oil spray, and I'm going to get it screaming hot and put my pork butt fat side down. When it's fat side down, I'm going to just let it get nice and brown and render it as much as I can. I like to leave some of it on because I like to fry it and just make crispy, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that part, but so what you want to do is just brown all sides. As you can see, I was not being smart with my tools to help me to turn this thing, but just brown all the sides. Take this out of the pot, and I'm going to just drain the oil from the pot into a bowl, and I'm gonna bring it back, place it fat side down again, or skin side down. I always say fat, so that I can add my liquid. And for this, I'm gonna be using some store-bought beef broth, and I add a box of that, and then I just fill it up with water and and for it I mean the box. I fill the box up with water, and then I top the meat off. I then add the same herbs that's in my jar for the pickle. I add those in, a bunch of garlic, onions, and salt. Not too much salt, but just to give the water a bit of taste. So I allow all of this to come to a boil, and then I cover it down and turn the heat to the lowest, and I leave it to cook for an hour and 45 minutes before I take it out and chop it up. I was again being lazy. Like, I guess it depends on what you're gonna use it for, but in this recipe I needed my chunks to be smaller, but I was taking the lazy way out. I really just wanted to finish because I was starving. So this is where I'm going to cook my meat and add seasonings. This you season to your taste, to your liking. This is the chance for you to make it your own. You can add a little barbecue sauce with your seasoning. You can add some 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 W sauce to it. You can add a little bit of tomato paste and ketchup and let it cook down and stew down. You can do whatever you want to it, but for this I'm just seasoning it up, making sure it's thoroughly mixed because it is dry, and then I am going to leave it just like that for what I want to do. So here I'm going to be frying up my corn tortillas. They don't take long to fry at all. They're gonna be nice and crispy. So you just let it fry for a little bit and then drain it. And then this is how I warm up my flour tortillas. So I just do it right over the flame. just took a can of pinto beans, some onion and peppers, and some seasoning. I got in a pot with a little bit of water, and I covered it down, let it cook for a bit, and that was the beans. And they were absolutely delicious. Simple things are absolutely positively delicious. Here is my spread, guys, and I just put a little parsley over top of some stuff here. That guacamole that's in the bowl, that's what I had in the refrigerator from my previous recipe. I will leave the link down below, but here's everything. And I even made some tostones and I have some lime slices. So, oh, and I made some yellow rice. And that's my jar, my pickled onions back there. So let's put some things together. Enjoy. Guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you do try something, and if you do, let me know how you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.